Hello, and welcome to Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. This trilogy, I honestly haven't really looked into which game when. Is this even the first game? Hold up. Which game am I playing? Ah, remaster of the first 3 games. Okay. Anyway, let's just start a new game. I do not know all that much about it, honestly. I mean, I know, obviously, some things. I have friends that played it, I have a cousin that played this, I have heard good things about it. Lots of memes. I roughly know how the game works, but mostly I'm just gonna go figure it out now. So let's start. Episode 1. The first turnabout. Okay. What were the controls? Oh, okay, I needed to click on it. I was like, is it like not loading? Is my PC crashing? Yes, let's play episode 1, shall we? First step. Is that blood? Gasp, gasp. It is a bleeding statue. Oh, a murder weapon. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Okay, great start. Immediately into the murder. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2. Phoenix. Boy, am I nervous. Maya. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. I'd say it says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out. Any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life. Everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Afraid. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Those eyes are kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. I feel like they're just void. I don't know, it doesn't look human. Looks kind of horror-ish. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me, who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspaper says it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story My first case is a very simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butz, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butz. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that it's a good guy at heart. And I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butz. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defendant is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I am a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Isn't that like illegal to have your first trial be a murder trial? That feels illegal. Hold up. Yeah, okay, I didn't find anything that's illegal, but it feels illegal to have an inexperienced person defend someone for murder. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Handshaking. Eyesight fading. Dramatic. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butz. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butz, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you will do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court's record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy Stone, the victim... Okay, wait, she's a model? Interesting. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what's the cause of the victim's death? Wait, what? Where did I get those words? Now tell me, what was the cause of the death? She died because she was... hit with a blunt object. She was struck once with a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne, Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what the object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the ground. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the to check the court records frequently. I have the feeling she really wants me to check those records. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butz, to the stand. Chief? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You will get chances to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butz, is it not true that the victim has recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. Dude, you just sound like a stalker, not gonna lie. What? It's to you anyway. Mr. Butz, what you describe is generally what you mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I won't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court records. Passport, the victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, all the men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Mr. Stone was. Did I just say Mr.? Whatever. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof, whines. Dude, Nick, what you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. When you went to the victim's apartment of the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. I know. I will send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. That was the wrong thing to do. Order. Well, Mr. Butz. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Objection. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butz is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your mistress? Witness! The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Did I mess up? Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahwit to the stand. Oh, it's the man who murdered her. Mr. Sahwit, you're selling newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sahwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw Mon fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in our apartment was not working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of her murder there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahwit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your pursual. Alexia Mr. Stone building was out from noon till 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. This is the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction here. There. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness' face. Okay? It's kind of brutal. Why rub it in the witness' face? Just say, hey dude, why are you lying? Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Cross-examination. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. What do I have again? Time of death. But didn't he say 1 p.m.? Here it says her death was between 4. Okay, I think I immediately found it. Okay, that's funny. Yes, I thought he must be in a hurry. Ba 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 ba. Audit. Objection. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. I remember the time exactly. The time was... It was 1 p.m. Present the autopsy report. Objection. You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Wrong button. Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find it hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trifle. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find it hard to believe. Mr. Sahwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to push him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. I already see the next one. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I immediately know what I need to do. Right? You know what to do. Yes! I've got this one. Yes. Cross-examination. Let me call out his lies. Objection. Present. Electricity was off. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. Did his head just explode? Yeah, the defendant has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahwit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sahwit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sahwit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Once more. Whatever. Okay, let's see what kind of lies he comes up with this time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. But it was used with a statue. You saw a clock? Guess that would explain it. The defendants may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Let me kick his ass. I wanna win. Yeah. Yes. Present. Objection. Wait, just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and with your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sahwit. Hey, Side there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. The witness states the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I want to say yes, but I honestly don't know what the game is. I disagree hard, but yeah, overweight. I don't know what the game is gonna say about that. So that's safe. Yes. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. I already forgot about that. Well, no, I didn't. I just didn't realize that, like, you would have to, like, snap the head off the statue to hear the time. Is that what the clock is doing? Is that how I should explain it? Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove it I went in there. I will do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sahwit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless or whatever that was. Baseless? Just look at the witness' face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? Never. Look, the clock. I heard, no, I saw, what, huh? Ew. Don't throw your dirty hair at me. Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defendant's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, your claim the sound the witness came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think this through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sahwit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Get the sound of clock now, here in this court, Your Honor. May I have the clock? I ask, the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What about your conclusion, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ugh. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely this discrepancy between what Mr. Sahwit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sahwit, why are you stripping your clothes? Please keep your clothes on. You already threw your hair at me. Please keep your clothes on. Try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! 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 You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What he's thinking about now. Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. That means I cannot let you indict the witness. Fortunately. This ends the cross-examination for Mr. Frank Sahwit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Your lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. I failed? Not so fast, Mr. Sahwit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Has this to do with the Paris? Like the passport thing. She came back the day before. The time in Paris is... I don't know where they live. Yeah, okay, that does make sense. I was just curious, okay. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you will have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Where is this taking place? Okay, hold up. Both places wouldn't make sense for it to be 3 hours difference, and I hate that. Sure, let's go with yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course not. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see if you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves that why the clock was running slow. This is the only thing I have left. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Exactly. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day. There. That clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. That would explain it. I was so confused, because that time did not make any sense. That victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sahwit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Ugh. Oh my god, he died. Did his insides just explode? Oh, order, I say. Did he die? Hello? Well, this case will certainly turn out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty. Yes! Yippee! Yippee! And with that, this court is adjourned. Freedom! Turns out that Frank Sahwit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Harry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sahwit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sahwit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe this all to you. Not at all, not at all. You forgot your own battles in there. Fought, not thought. I still probably butchered the pronunciation, but whatever. It's been a while since I've seen the trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking like this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Oh no, the void eyes are back. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent in this. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz, innocent. Heh, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. He's immediately flirting with the closest woman, isn't he? Oh my god. Oh, no I couldn't. I wasn't the one who got you off the hook. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Oh my god, is this flirting actually working? Well, thank you. I will keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool? Don't that make you wanna just cry? Sobs. Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? What is she talking about? The statue? I'm just gonna give the statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed the clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am... Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little bit better. Right. I hope you see the importance of the evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent Butz. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you're saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You will have to tell me more about it sometimes. Maybe over drinks? Is she flirting with me? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Of course it was. And my promise to tell the chief about Mia and Larry would be one of the promises that I wouldn't be able to keep. No, I liked her. No, don't kill her off. No. Okay, fine. I will wait episode 2 for episode 2, I guess. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, bye-bye!